Welcome, this is Plant Smart Living with Farmer Fred. Today I just wanted to talk to you about how we use boulders in our landscape and the benefits of boulders. You know, they add an age to your gardens in a certain texture and color. And so we have another area up there with the boulders, and I'll talk to you up there in a little while. So I'm over here at the one end of my pond, and I just wanted to show you some other areas where I've used my boulders. Like here I have a big boulder here that probably weighs a couple thousand pounds, just to add some interest to the pond. But also here on the one far end, I did use some boulders to help retain the soils. About 25 years ago I got 80 ton of boulders here delivered to my property, and I have a small Kubota backhoe that I've used over the years to be able to move these boulders around. But some of the boulders can weigh anywhere from 100 pounds to 300 pounds. And so this is just one area that I've used them. And this red shale that you're looking at, I actually get from the creek down below my property. We have 10 acres here in Harleysville. And so this is just one area that I have used the boulders. And let's go take a look at another area up closer to the house. So you can see we have one area here along the edge of our screened-in porch. We have our sidewalk leading towards the back of our house, and I have some different boulder sizes here along the edge here to help retain the garden back and the edge of the garden. But when you plant boulders, you want to heel them into the soils and plant them in odd numbers, 3s or 5s or 7, just to give them that look that they've been around here for a long time and they look natural. Even if you could just use a few boulders in your garden, they just add a sense of age and durability and different colors and textures. But we just love the boulders here. They have a beautiful color and texture to them. And so let's go take a look at another area. So here in the back of our house, to the right of our pathway, we have different boulders. And it's nice, you can plant flowers and lilies between your boulders. I just have them spaced so that they would look like they're spaced in nature. Nothing formal. But you can do them in different pockets of 3s or 5s. Heel them in to the side of into the soil. But it's really nice that you'll be able to plant flowers around them. Right now it's early October, so we pulled most of our flowers out. These boulders here probably weigh anywhere from 300 to 500 pounds. You could even use a hand truck if you had to move some of the heavier ones. But here in this foreground of this boulder, we have some petunias here. Beautiful, deep, rich colors. So let's go take a look at another area we have. We also have another area right off the edge of our patio. We have 3 of them planted here. And we usually plant our marigolds in this section here. But to the right of this area, we also have our little outdoor fountain area that's on a 24-hour timer. And you can see behind the fountain we have some boulders as a background. A few logs there to add some color and texture. But we also have miscellaneous smaller stones along the edge of the water pool there. But we just love the colors and shapes and textures of the different boulders in our garden. They're a little bit money up front, a little bit of work, but the one nice thing about boulders is that they won't rust or corrode over time. They'll be here as long as we'll be here. And so let's go take a look at another area where we have boulders. So let's take a walk through the trellis here, and to our right you'll see that I have some boulders along the edge here to use as a retaining wall, you could say. And again, the boulders are dug into the soils, so that gives a look of being timeless. They've been here for a long time. Again, they just add a nice color and texture to your garden. Even if you could just add a few, like a grouping of 3 or 5, would add some nice color and a nice earthy look to your garden. If we continue over here to the right of the trellis, you can see we have another edge of boulders here. So even in the winter, when the flowers aren't there, the boulders just add a nice shape and color and texture to the garden, even over the winter times. So I have one other area we can take a look at. Let's go take a look at that right now. So we're walking over to the outdoor arbor here. You can see I have some boulders again as a nice edging. We have vinca plants or flowers planted there behind the boulders. But yeah, I would really encourage you to think about planting or positioning some boulders in your garden if you have the opportunity. They even have boulders out there that are foam filled, so they're not even heavy, but they look like real boulders. And so we really love the boulders here in our Plant Smart Living gardens. And I would encourage you at some point to think about putting some in your garden. So anyhow, I just want to thank you for joining me today. This is Plant Smart Living with Farmer Fred.